Welcome to JS Online Tuitions. So continue looking at the two-column cash book, and we have this example that we're going to use. The following details were obtained from the books of Gabriel for the month of July 2002. Enter the following transaction in the two-column cash book. So on the 1st of July, balance brought forward, we have cash amounting to 7,000, which is on the debit side. Then we have bank amounting to 5,000, which is on the credit side. Then on the 2nd of July, bought premises by cash amounting to 300 kwacha. 4th of July, paid for telephone and postage by check amounting to 150 kwacha. Then on the 11th of July, cash sales amounting to 75 kwacha paid direct into the bank. Then on the 15th of July, paid salaries and wages by check amounting to 467 kwacha. Then on the 16th of July, purchased goods by cash amounting to 550 kwacha. On the 17th of July, sold goods to franc amounting to 90 kwacha in cash. On the 21st of July, deposited cash into bank amounting to 250 kwacha. On the 22nd of July, cash drawings amounting to 190 kwacha. On the 26th of July, received a check from Elisha amounting to 45 kwacha. Then on the 31st of July, paid the creditor Teza by cash amounting to 500 kwacha. So we are supposed to write down the two-column cash book. And the person that we are preparing this cash book is Gabriel. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to write down the title. So the title I've already written. I have Gabriel's two-column cash book for the month of July 2002. So we'll start by recording the first transaction, which occurred on the 1st of July. And it reads, balance brought forward, we have cash amounting to 7,000 on the debit side, and we have bank amounting to 5,000 on the credit side. And we know that the amounts that we are recording, they are in kwacha, so we're going to put our case. And the year that we are using is 2002. So we have the first transaction, which occurred on the 1st of July. So on the 1st of July, we have cash, and cash showed a debit balance, which is 7,000. So we're going to record 7,000 on the debit side. And we know that this is balance brought forward. So in our folio section there, we're going to say balance brought forward. Then we are also being told that bank is on the credit side with the amount of 5,000. So we'll say bank. This is also balance brought forward. So this is going to be recorded on the credit side as 5,000. Then on the 2nd of July, bought premises by cash amounting to 300 kwacha. So for this transaction, we're going to record it on the credit side of the cash book because money is going out of the business. So we have 2nd of July. In our details column, we're going to say premises. And since we are buying premises, that means that money is going out of the business. And since we bought by cash, we're going to credit the cash account. So we're going to have 300 on the credit side. Then on the 4th of July, paid for telephone and postage by check amounting to 150. So here again, money is going out of the business, and since we paid by check, that means that we're going to credit the bank account. So we have 4th of July. We're going to say telephone and postage. So telephone and postage, we're going to credit that amount to the bank account, which is 150. Then on the 11th of July, cash sales amounting to 75 paid direct into the bank. So that means that money was coming into the business, and since we made cash sales and it was deposited into the bank, that means that we're going to debit the bank account. So we have 11th of July, and in our details we're going to say sales, and we're going to debit that amount to the bank account, which is 75. Then on the 15th of July, paid salaries and wages by check amounting to 467. So for this type of transaction, it is taking money out of the business, and that means that we're going to credit the bank account. So we have 15th of July, we'll say salaries and wages, and we're going to record that on the credit side as 467. Then on the 16th of July, purchased goods by cash amounting to 550. So purchased goods by cash amounting to 550. So this type of transaction is taking money out of the business. That means that we're going to credit the cash account. So we have 16th of July, and we're going to say purchases, and we're going to credit our purchases in the cash account with 550. Then on the 17th of July, sold goods to Frank amounting to 90 kwacha in cash. In this type of transactions, bringing money into the business, that means that we're going to debit the cash account. So 17th of July. So in our details, we're going to say Frank, and we're going to debit that amount, which is 90 kwacha. Then on the 21st of July, deposited cash into bank amounting to 250. So this type of transaction is a contra entry transaction. In the contra entry transaction area, I had said that this type of transaction where one account is debited and one account is credited. So in this case, where money is deposited or cash is deposited into the bank, that means that the cash account is going to be credited and the bank account is going to be debited. And in our folio section, we're going to put the letter C, which represents a contra entry transaction. So we'll say 21st of July. So since this is the contra entry, we're going to start by writing the account that's going to be debited. So we're going to say bank stroke, and we're going to end with the account that is being credited, which is cash. So for the cash there, we're going to credit that amount, which is 250, and we're going to debit the same amount to the bank account, 250. Then on the 22nd of July, cash drawings amounting to 190 kwacha. And drawings, you know, that is taking money out of the business for personal use. And since money is taken for personal use, that means that money is going out of the business, and that means that that type of a transaction must be recorded on the credit side. So we're going to record it on the credit side of the cash account. So we have 22nd of July, we're going to say drawings, and we're going to credit that amount, which is 190. Then on the 26th of July, received a check from Elisha amounting to 45 kwacha. So this type of transaction is bringing money into the business, and that means that we are going to debit the bank account. So 26th of July, in our details, we're going to say Elisha, we're going to debit that amount, which is 45. Then on the 31st of July, paid the creditor Teza by cash amounting to 500 kwacha. So this type of transaction is taking money out of the business, and since we paid by cash, that means that we are supposed to credit the cash account. So 31st of July, we're going to say Teza will credit that amount. So the next thing that we're going to do is to add the debit side and the credit side of the cash account, and we're going to record on the totals the larger amount. So we're going to add 7,000 plus 90 on the debit side, and we are getting 7,090. Then if we add on the credit side, we're going to add 300 plus 550 plus 250 plus 190, then plus 500. The answer that we are getting is 1,790. So we can see that our 790 is greater than 1,790. So we're going to record 7,090 on both the debit side and the credit side. So that's going to be our total. So say 7,090 on the debit side and 7,090 on the credit side. So here we are supposed to find our balance carried down, and this is recorded on the end of the month. So this is going to be on the 31st of July. And how we find our balance carried down, we're going to find the difference of the side that is having a smaller amount, and the side that is having a smaller amount, we say this is the credit side. So we're going to say 7,090 minus the total of the credit side, and the total of the credit side, we said it is 1,790. So the answer there is going to be 5,300. So here we can say our balance breakdown is going to be 5,300 on the debit side, and this will be in the next month. So the first day of the next month, which is 1st of August. Then we'll go to the bank account. To the bank account, we're going to add 75 plus 250 plus 45. So the answer there is 370. Then on the credit side, I have 5,000 plus 150 plus 467. So the answer there that I'm getting is 5,617. So we can see that 5,617 is larger than 370. So we're going to record our 5,617 as our total. So say 5,617 on the debit side and 5,617 on the credit side. So here we're supposed to find our balance carried down on the debit side. And how we find the balance carried down, you just say the larger amount that you have found, which is the total, minus the difference, which is the debit side, the total of the debit side. So we're going to say 5,617 minus 370. So the answer that I'm having is 5,247. And to put it on the to bring it down, to find our balance breakdown here, we're going to record it on the credit side as 5,247. So that's how you can draw up the 2-column cash book. So this program has been brought to you by Jos Wale. If you want to get connected with me, you can actually check out my social media platforms. I'll meet you next time, and peace and God bless.